How ironic she'd decided she would not work as his forensic psychologist again if an assignment took her away from Lexi. And now her daughter had been taken away from her own front yard. Claire had vowed she'd stay home in Naples and stick to more mundane investigations through her Clear Path fraud-fighting website. But here they were, more desperate than ever.
As I said, expect the worst from Clayton Ames, Nick told her, his voice hard as it always was when he spoke of his arch-enemy. We have to watch what we say at all times, in the airport, on the plane, even once we get to our Grand Cayman hotel, because he could have places bugged or his lackeys hovering. Expect to be under invisible surveillance day and night. We'll walk on the beach away from others if we want to be sure we're not overheard. Nothing about Jace, especially. He's risking his neck to fly down on his own in case we need him.
It went unspoken between them that they couldn't have stopped Jace Britten anyway. Her ex-husband had arrived at Claire's house just after Lexi was taken and saw the threatening note the drone had delivered. Lexi's abductor had evidently driven a car like Jace's and even resembled him to a degree, to get the child close enough to grab. But Claire had to agree with Nick that Jace could be a loose cannon in all this. Jace and I may be divorced, but he'd do anything for Lexi.
And for you,
he said, turning to shoot her a sudden stare before looking back to the road.
He still cares for you a lot.
I'll never forgive myself if his plan to fly down there on his own blows up. He's a skilled pilot and used to jets, so it's not that, but rather if he's harmed once he's there or ruins our chances of getting Lexi back.
At least he knows the stakes. But as I said, Ames likes to know exactly what his competitors, even in business, are saying and thinking, what's going on. I wouldn't have rented this car at the last minute if I didn't think he'd managed to bug my other one.
I know, she said, her voice shaky. She looked at the narrow, deep waterways that ran along this 4-lane highway. I'll be careful what I say and when. She turned toward him, tugging her seatbelt out to give herself room to sit sideways. Nick, I can't thank you enough for risking yourself to get Lexi back. I know Ames means to harm you.
He does. But I'm banking on the fact he likes to exert his power, make his enemies twist and turn, control and ruin them, torment them. I'm hoping he means to make me toe his line somehow, not just trade my life for hers.
Claire broke into tears again when she'd tried since yesterday to keep calm, but she felt she was spiraling down into a dark hole. At least she didn't have a horrible dream last night from her narcolepsy in the half hour she'd gone to sleep. Right now, she didn't need her so-called sleeping disease or her powerful meds that controlled it. Despite her deep exhaustion, for once, she couldn't sleep. Sorry, I'm okay. I mean, not okay, but holding up. Really, she tried to assure him as she grabbed for a tissue in her purse on the car floor and swiped under her eyes.
I'm sorry too, sweetheart, Nick said, reaching over the console to grip her knee with one hand. But despite all this, I can't be sorry we met, that we care for each other. Again, I swear to you on my life, we will get Lexi back and get through this. Then I'll leave your life, so that bastard doesn't try to use you and those you love to get to me again.
A tear trickled down Nick's cheek from under his sunglasses, but, focused on the road again, he ignored it. She loved him desperately, despite hating him, too, over this. Didn't she? Claire made herself look away from him. Fear was on his face, but fury, too. Did he know her heart was broken, not only over Lexi, but over what he'd just said? That once they got her back, Nick would leave their lives? As Nick took the turn south toward Miami International Airport through a maze of curved and elevated ramps and overhead signs, the horrible day he'd found his father dead came back to him. That waking nightmare crashed in on him sometimes when he least expected it. His attorney dad, whom he adored, and had later patterned himself after, dead. His head, partly gone, pistol in hand, blood spatter and brain matter on the wall behind his desk. He heard again his own shrill young voice.